Before I begin with episode 16 of the reality podcast right here on YouTube, I want to get something off my chest just real quick. Now, I know for a fact there is a lot of sensitive fucks on social media. And I don't give a fuck at this point. I don't give a fuck who I piss off. I don't give a fuck who I trigger on social media. I don't give a fuck who I trigger. But this whole Slice Wrestling priority account situation, it's a fucking joke. That's number one. I just want to get that out of my chest. It's a fucking joke. How the fuck do you go from blocking people here and there to all of a sudden you get sensitive over one little tweet, and yet you want to sit there on social media like a keyboard warrior on social media and report my tweet? Because of that situation, mind you, I deleted the tweet before this motherfucker, whoever's running this fucking sliced wrestling accounts, decided to report my tweet after the simple fact that I fucking deleted the tweet. Mind you, I'm at Buffalo Wild Wings the other day. I am recording this on Monday, before Monday Night Raw for the Superstar Shakeup in Montreal tonight. So I'm on Buffalo Wild Wings with my girlfriend Jessica, and I'm here arguing with this fucking sliced wrestling account, some bullshit there on social media, a fucking wannabe reporter that spreads nothing but fake news on social media. Yet people find this funny. And this is why I say, stay away from the toxic people on social media. This is why I say it. I come on here almost every single video and I fucking expose the sick fucks, the clout chasers, the bums, the people that have no jobs, the people that have fucking Cheez-It fucking crumbs over the fucking beard and shit, fucking Cheez-It, fucking cheesy thumbs, can't find a job on social media. Types of fucking people. And I get a message on Twitter saying that I violated Twitter rules and shit. I'm like, I deleted the tweet before he even reported it. And on top of that, I blocked him. I blocked both accounts before he even reported my fucking tweet. Yet you want to report tweets on social media, yet you want to be a bitch ass person on social media, blocking people here and there. Yet people find this funny. Yet people find this amusing. If you're those kinds of people that find that amusing and funny on social media, suck my dick. That's one. Suck my dick. Number two. I understand it's social media, but come on. People use social media as a platform, to speak their opinions and shit, to talk shit about others and stuff, and it's tweet and delete. A lot of people do it. I do it, you do it. Everybody does the tweet and delete. Yet there's fucking sensitive people on social media who think they hot shit, wants to report fucking fake news on social media. Yet I'm the idiot. I'm telling you, there is some idiotic people on social media. Please do me a favor. Stay away from this bum. Yeah. Oh, yeah. And by the way, the one thing I like to do when it comes to ammo, to expose people, screenshots. Hashtag screenshots. Oh, yeah. Screenshots go a very long way. Believe me, it does. So, I took it upon myself to take screenshots. Because that's what us people do. If you want to expose somebody on social media, you got to have the screenshots of proof. Mind you, Slice Wrestling, right, has the same exact picture as you see. Same exact picture, sliced with the D on it, sliced Wrestling on social media has the same exact picture as the Slice Wrestling. Yeah, people think it's a joke. Oh yeah, there's more. Oh, there's more. All of a sudden, this fat slob on social media, Jacob Bright on social media, he's that kind of person, you know, that wants to suck on Slice Wrestling's small cock and shit. And then all of a sudden wants to fucking at me on Twitter saying, oh, bro, take it as it is. I hope you're watching the podcast, buddy. I hope you're watching. And by the way, if you're watching the podcast and I exposed you, thank you for the view. Just saying, thank you. So, this Slice Wrestling account wants to talk all this shit. Gotta have the screenshots, people. Gotta have the screenshots, right? So, there you go. Don't know if this could fucking... There you go. 24 hours. I'm gonna just read the tweet. This is according to Slice Wrestling. 24 hours and blocked by the same guy on 2 accounts. Mind you, you reported my tweet, so I made a backup account. Oh, but I can't make a backup account, but then again, you can though, right? Blow me, you fucking fat prick. 24 hours and blocked by the same guy on 2 accounts, and they say Slice is the blocker. Mind you, blocked on my main account, blocked on my backup account. Same guy, same bullshit. Yet I'm wrong, right? Yet I'm wrong. Moving on, right? Moving on. Mind you, Exhibit C, same guy, same picture. I know, right? Please do me this favor. Stay away from these kinds of people on social media. Oh my God. What else do I have here? Okay. So, Wrestle features on social media. I just have to expose. I just have to expose. I have to expose. I have to. I have to. I have to. I just have to expose. Wrestle features on social media on Twitter. Says the Slice Wrestling, this is my new favorite account. Mind you, he spells favorite wrong. He spells Favourite. Yeah, I'm the idiot. Yeah, I'm the idiot. And then Just Nav on social media tweets out, how is it even possible that a party account is probably more accurate with news than the actual account? We got some sick fucks on social media. I'm telling you, stay away from these kinds of people on social media. I cannot kid you. I kid you not. I kid you not. I kid you not. These kinds of people on social media, there's one thing that you cannot do is get away from stupidity. You just can't. Stupidity runs everywhere. Everywhere. It's going to be behind you, in front of you, on your sides, everywhere. Social media, your workplace, anywhere. Stupidity is toxic. Stay away from the stupidity and the toxic on social media. This is episode 16. I think I'm in episode 16. I think so. Yes, I am. Episode number 16 of the Reality Podcast right here on YouTube. We got a lot of news. Oh boy. This is going to be a stacked Monday afternoon before Monday Night Raw Superstar Shakeup in Montreal. So, without any further ado, I'll do the intro and I'll be right back right here on episode 16 of the Reality Podcast right here on YouTube. Welcome to yet another episode of the Reality Podcast right here on YouTube. If you guys are new to the channel, hit that subscribe button down below. Ring those bells, man, for all notifications. Make sure to follow me on social media for all of the latest updates on the channel. Oh my God. Oh my God. That was a very long fucking cold open here on the podcast. If you guys don't know who I am your boy Chris. Thank you guys so much for tuning back into the channel on this Monday afternoon, April 15th, 2019. Yes, I'm off today. Thank fucking Christ I'm off. Turns out I got the Boston Red Sox tomorrow and Wednesday for a quick 2-game series. And then I got the Kansas City Royals on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday before the Yankees hit the West Coast. That means you guys are going to get more content this week. Now, you guys are going to get Raw review tonight. That's a given. You guys are going to get Raw review tonight. Tomorrow, since I go back to work tomorrow to finish the rest of the homestand, tomorrow is Tuesday. Now, depending what time I get home tomorrow, you guys are gonna get SmackDown review tomorrow. So you guys will get Raw review tonight. Tomorrow, depending what time I get home tomorrow, you guys are gonna get SmackDown. Excuse me. You guys are gonna get SmackDown review tomorrow, depending what time I get home. Wednesday, same thing with Boston. Boston game on Tuesday and Wednesday, both start at 6:35. So depending what time I get home. If I do not have NXT for you guys tomorrow, I'm probably going to give you guys Universe Mode on Wednesday. And we're going to do SmackDown Live on Universe Mode. I got to start catching up on my career and Universe Mode on the channel for you guys. So, you guys are going to get Raw review tonight, SmackDown review tomorrow, depending what time I get home. Or there might not even be a SmackDown Live. Wednesday, if I'm not home in time for NXT, you guys are definitely going to get Universe Mode early Wednesday before I get to work. So, because, you know, Boston and the Yankees, they tend to go really long. So, you know, with their heated rivalry. So, that's Wednesday. Thursday, you guys are going to get Throwback Thursday. That's a given. Friday, depending how I'm feeling Friday, I'll probably give you guys episode 5 of my career. On Friday. And then Saturday, you guys are going to get episode 17 of the Reality Podcast on YouTube. And then Sunday, depending how I'm feeling Sunday's a day game on Easter. I might not want to upload Sunday. I don't know yet. I might not want to upload Sunday, but then again, I'm like, you know what? If there's a lot of news coming into the weekend, coming into Saturday, going into Sunday, I'll give you guys episode 18 of the Reality Podcast right here on YouTube. So today, you guys are getting Raw review plus the podcast. Tomorrow, depending what time I get home, you guys will get SmackDown. Wednesday, either NXT review or Universe Mode for Wednesday. Thursday, Throwback Thursday. Friday, I'm going to give you guys episode 5 of my career. And then Saturday and Sunday, you guys are going to get episodes 17 and 18 of the Reality Podcast right here on YouTube. If you guys are enjoying the podcast, if you guys are enjoying the content that I've been giving out you guys lately, hit that thumbs up. Comment down below what you guys thought of the podcast today and that cold open that I just did earlier. And if you guys are new to the channel, looking for Raw review, SmackDown review, NXT review, Throwback Thursday, Top 10 Friday, a wrestling podcast, and gaming content here on YouTube, I want you guys to hit that subscribe button down below and ring those bells for all notifications. Check out the content from this past week, from during this whole week. And this whole past week. Episode 4 of my career, link to that video, will be in the annotation above in the upper hand corner of your screen. From betrayal to championship glory. My career, episode 4, link to that video will be in the annotation above in the upper right hand corner of your screen. Throwback Thursday. I did a Money in the Bank 2011 review. I did really good numbers, and I'm looking at the video right now when it comes to numbers. That video did 40 views with 7 thumbs up with 21 comments. My God, you guys are really loving Throwback Thursday. Money in the Bank 2011 review where CM Punk won the WWE Championship in Chicago against John Cena. In my opinion, one of the greatest matches of CM Punk's career. Link to Money in the Bank review is live on the channel right now. Link to that video will be in the annotation above in the upper right-hand corner of your screen. Check out SmackDown Live review from this past week. Lacey Evans attacks the man once again. SmackDown Live review is up on the channel right now. Link to that video will be in the annotation above on the upper right-hand corner of your screen. And check out Raw review from this past Monday. The worst Raw after Mania of all time. I know, this Raw fucking sucked dick. Link to Raw review from last week will be above on the upper right-hand corner on the annotation above on the upper right-hand corner of your screen. This is the official home of the Reality Podcast right here on YouTube, so make sure you guys are following me on social media. Twitter, Chris from Loring, or if you guys want to follow me on my backup, if you guys want to follow me on my backup Twitter, is your boy Chris99. Instagram, your boy Chris_WB, and Snapchat, Chris Most Hated. And if you guys are new to the channel, hit that subscribe button down below. Ring those bells, guys, for all notifications. Not some notifications, all notifications. Let's hit the news, guys, real quick before I get you guys ready for Monday Night Raw tonight in Montreal for the Superstar Shakeup. Now, there's been a lot of news lately on Sasha Banks. Sasha Banks, as you guys know, is upset after what happened at WrestleMania when she lost the Women's Tag Team Championships to the fucking Iconics. Now, I want to say this now about the Iconics and fans of the Iconics. If you are a fan of the Iconics, you need to get yourself checked out. The fact that I had people on Twitter at me saying, oh, the Iconics are a better team than Sasha Banks and Bayley. Do you think before you speak, did you just say that the Iconics are a better team than Sasha and Bayley? Mind you, Sasha and Bayley went to NXT when they were Women's Tag Team Champions. And they said they are fighting champions, and they will defend the championships on Raw, SmackDown, and NXT. Just give me the Boston Hug connection against the Sky Pirates at a takeover. I'm sold. I'm sold. Did we even get that? No. No. We had the Boston Hug connection defend the Women's Tag Team Championship at WrestleMania last Sunday in a fatal four-way in what many people said was the worst match of the night. Yet, Iconic fans say, oh, that was the best match of the night. That was the highlight of my WrestleMania. Are you fucking kidding me? The Iconics. Meanwhile, Sasha and Bayley was set to defend the Women's Tag Team Championships against Trish Stratus and Lita. I'd rather much now, looking back at it now, I'd rather much have that matchup than have Sasha and Bayley lose the Women's Tag Team Championships to the fucking Iconics. If you are a fan of the Iconics, you have a mental problem. That is coming from the heart, and that is facts. It's facts. Not only is my opinion, it's also a fucking fact. People that are Iconic fans are either virgins, keyboard warriors on social media, or they're just straight fucking toxic on social media. Just imagine being a guy on Twitter and you have a profile picture of the Iconics with a Twitter header of the Iconics on your social media account on Twitter. If that doesn't reek stupidity, I don't know what to tell you. But there was news going around that Sasha Banks tried to quit WWE at WrestleMania. Now, Sasha Banks is currently enjoying a nice little vacation in the DR, but she apparently wanted way more of a break from Vince McMahon's company because she reportedly wanted to quit the company over WrestleMania weekend. The Wrestling Observer Newsletter reports that a company employee said that Banks tried to quit the company during WrestleMania. This happened before the show when she was reportedly blindsided after finding out that they were taking the women's tag team championships off of her and Bayley. The title change was reportedly a last-minute decision. I heard that this happened an hour before WrestleMania. The company has given Banks a few weeks to think things over because she made a pretty rash decision in wanting to leave the company. This would also explain all of that Wendy Williams drama that she was supposed to be appearing on the next night after WrestleMania, but she didn't even appear, as well as the cryptic tweets on social media. Apparently, Banks was under the impression that World Wrestling Entertainment was going to give her and Bayley a strong title run, which is why they went to NXT and put that roster on notice as well. It is said that the heat from the boss is not directed at the Iconics in any way, either, because she seems to be upset at the company right now. Can you fucking blame her? Imagine being Sasha and Bayley, and then you're Vince McMahon, the old senile fuck, and you're telling them, "Oh, we're gonna have you drop the women's tag team championships to the most worthless team in all of WWE in the Iconics." If I'm Sasha and Bayley, I'm pissed the fuck off. Because the Iconics have not been built right, even though the only thing that I have on them is that the fact that they're beautiful. Yeah, sure. But beauty doesn't go a long way. Especially when it comes to WWE. I mean, now when it comes to singles pushes, yeah. Charlotte, Carmella, Alexa Bliss, Ronda Rousey. Just naming a few people. Naming a few people. If you have blonde hair, big tits, and a fat ass, and you're a woman in WWE, you're getting pushed. You're getting pushed. Now, thinking back at 2018, Sasha and Bayley had a horrible 2018 year. I don't remember what Bayley did that was so good in 2018. I can't even remember. But Sasha, there was only one thing that Sasha did in all of 2018. Remember that matchup against Asuka on the night after the Royal Rumble in 2018 in Philadelphia? That classic matchup that Sasha had against Asuka, that was the best match she had in all of 2018. After that, everything blew up in smoke. Can you blame Sasha though? Come on. And there's a lot more Sasha Banks story here on the podcast, so I'm going to just stick to the Sasha Banks topic here on the podcast to kick things off. Now, before I continue with the Sasha Banks story, there's a story on Bayley. Bayley is also frustrated with WWE. Oh, can you fucking blame her? Sasha Banks told World Wrestling Entertainment that she wanted out of her contract during WrestleMania weekend. It was not a pleasant scene at all, and it called for Banks to cancel an appearance on the Wendy Williams show in the process. World Wrestling Entertainment is giving Banks some time to sort things out, but she might not be back if that is what she chooses to do. Sean Ross Sapp was recently asked during a Fightful Select Q&A if the Boston Hug connection would stay in the company or go elsewhere, and he had a rather interesting reply, because Sasha Banks isn't the only one who's frustrated. This is what Sean Ross Sapp said, and I quote, "I see them taking a chance elsewhere. Sasha is not happy. Bayley was very frustrated this weekend as well. Not the point where Sasha was. Sasha has been sold a bill of goods for a long time, and they wasted both of these women's 2018. End quote. Only time will tell where Sasha Banks and Bayley go next. Alexa Bliss making quick work of the hugger on Raw this past Monday in Brooklyn without Banks around was not the best sign that World Wrestling Entertainment is going to push Bayley at this point either. This is what took place on the Raw after WrestleMania. AEW is opening up and making a lot of noise. Oh, they really are making a whole lot of noise. They could certainly use the boss and the hugger in their company to help bring a new shine to their emerging women's division as well. So that's that on Bayley. Now, I'm going to say this now. I can see Sasha and Bayley on AEW. I do. I certainly do. You don't think for 1 second that Brandy Rhodes wants to stack up that women's division as big as possible. Imagine having Sasha and Bayley in that women's division in AEW. You know how much of an uprising that would be? Can you imagine Sasha and Bayley fighting for the AEW Women's Championship? Count me in. I'm down with that. I'm telling you. And at the same time, if you look at it in WWE side, it'll be a big blow. Especially when Ronda's gone for a hiatus because she wants to start a family with Travis Brown. Can you imagine, now that Ronda's out of the picture for God knows how long, can you imagine Sasha and Bayley leaving the company and going to AEW? I wouldn't be surprised if Sasha and Bayley are crying and blah, blah, blah and stuff, and then Vince wants to shut them up by giving them back the Women's Tag Team Championships. They did the same thing with the Revival. Give them a couple weeks with the championship. They feel happy about it. Okay, they're getting comfortable. Let's take the titles off of them and give it to Zack Ryder and Kurt Hawkins at WrestleMania. Yet the AEW effect, folks, is not real. To all those, these casuals out there on social media. Indication that Sasha Banks really has bad blood with WWE and not AEW. Ooh, this should be good. Sasha Banks reportedly asked to be let go from World Wrestling Entertainment over WrestleMania weekend. The company told her to think about it and are hoping that she changes her mind. At this point, they are treating the situation much like they did with the Revival months ago. What did I just say? What the fuck did I just say? In a very interesting development, Sasha Banks has stopped following World Wrestling Entertainment on Twitter. She also does not follow Vince McMahon anymore. However, she does still follow the Young Bucks and recently started following Kenny Omega and Cody Rhodes, as well as All Elite Wrestling. Banks also follows a ton of WWE superstars, the community Twitter account, and NXT. However, she does not follow Vince McMahon or World Wrestling Entertainment. Although this could be Sasha Banks just toying with the fans, it might mean more than just a click of a button. Could be. Now, this all, I don't see this being a work whatsoever. I really don't. I don't see this as a work because you're not going to be in the company and still follow Vince and World Wrestling Entertainment. No, there's no point. But then again, all this could be, I'm not saying it's a work, but it's a possibility could be a work. But I truly do believe that Sasha is being miscast on WWE. More on the Sasha Banks story here. Sasha Banks changes her social media profiles in a very cryptic fashion. Ooh. Sasha Banks has not been getting along very well with World Wrestling Entertainment. She's currently on vacation with Kalisto and their spouses. But the boss has also been doing some revisions to her social media in the process. Banks unfollowed, obviously you guys know, Banks unfollowed World Wrestling Entertainment and Vince McMahon on Twitter. She also altered both her Instagram and Twitter descriptions to remove all references to her current arranged employer. Her Instagram bio, to make matters even more interesting, Sasha Banks changed her bios to display some rather cryptic phrases in the process. Her Instagram bio now says she remembered who she was and changed the game. #legitboss. #bank on it Boston, Orlando. Meanwhile, her Twitter bio says Jeremiah 2911. She remembered who she was and the game changed. Underground legend still loading. It is very interesting how Sasha Banks said that she is an underground legend still loading, and the line about remembering who she was is pretty intriguing too. Also, in the case you don't have the Bible memorized, that particular verse is all about future plans. And this is what the exact Bible verse says, Jeremiah 29:11. Hold on, we're in church real quick. I want you guys to open your Bibles real quick and go to Jeremiah 29:11. For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord. Plans to prosper you and not to harm you. Plans to give you hope and a future. If you guys are in church, you guys have your Bibles, give me an applause. We will have to wait and see what she decides to do, but Sasha Banks' future might not include World Wrestling Entertainment for a very much longer. She could always change her mind, or World Wrestling Entertainment could not let the boss out of her contract. She wasn't happy after WrestleMania, and that might not be changing anytime soon. Now, after reading that report, I don't think this is a work. I really don't. I really fucking don't. You're sending shots towards Vince and World Wrestling Entertainment. Do I blame Sasha? No. Fuck no, I don't. Fuck no, I don't at this point. More Sasha Banks news. Sasha Banks' gear has been possibly dropping AEW hints for some time now. If you guys haven't noticed, Sasha Banks has been wearing the AEW colors in her ring attire. You guys gotta be that blind of a cat to not even notice that. But here we go. Sasha Banks reportedly tried to quit World Wrestling Entertainment over WrestleMania weekend. She was not happy about their booking decisions, and then she canceled the Wendy Williams, citing personal reasons before taking off to a vacation in the DR with Kalisto and their spouses. The big revelation came today in the form of Sasha Banks unfollowing World Wrestling Entertainment and Vince McMahon. She was also following AEW, the Young Bucks, Cody Rhodes, Kenny Omega. Therefore, fans are starting to bust out their Cody gifts on any tweet involving the boss. To make matters even more interesting, some fans noticed a very strong correlation between Sasha Banks' ring gear and the colors in the AEW logo. If this was a hint, then it's a subtitle one, but seeing how her husband works for World Wrestling Entertainment designing ring gear for a ton of superstars, including his wife, it might be plausible that this was done on purpose. Done on purpose. It's a sign. Do not ignore the signs. That's a life lesson for you guys. Do not, and I repeat, do not ignore the signs. Life advice for you guys. Sasha Banks' husband addresses her situation, leading more to believe she's leaving WWE. Now, Sasha Banks is a very hot topic in the IWC right now. She is doing her own thing. From the looks of it, after trying to quit World Wrestling Entertainment over WrestleMania weekend, now her husband is speaking out about his wife's situation. Sasha's wife, Sarah Tan, if I pronounced that wrong, I totally apologize. Tan also designs World Wrestling Entertainment ring attire, which is interesting because some fans noticed that Banks' recent gear resembles AEW's logo. Sasha's husband wrote a very long message that was quite cryptic and seemed to directly address what is going on with his wife. That's what he said. And I quote, "In life, there comes a point in time where passion and pleasure intersect with business and finances, where the smart choice completely contradicts the right one. And when that time comes, some people will understand, but most people won't. They'll talk about you. They'll question whether you make a mistake. They'll cry because they miss you. They'll laugh and say good riddance. But at the end of the day, your choices are your own. They're not for anyone to understand except yourself. Life will become difficult. The roads you travel may get rockier. Believe in yourself, believe in your dreams and what they mean to you. And as long as you stay true to who you are and why you make the right choices you make, then they will always be the right ones." End quote. Very powerful. Wow. We'll have to wait and see how everything pans out. This subject has certainly split fans down the middle, as some don't care Sasha Banks leaves the company if she doesn't like the way things are working. Others would love to see the boss take Becky Lynch up on her challenge to fight her. And this will bleed out to the story here. Give me a second here, if I can get out of this. Because that'll bleed into the next story. If I can possibly find it. Where is it? Matter of fact, I'm just going to read it right there from there. Because I just had it on me right there. So on and so forth. Okay, so this will bleed into this story. Becky Lynch challenges Sasha Banks to a fight. If you guys are following Becky Lynch on Twitter, she asked Sasha Banks and said, "Fight me." This was tweeted on April 12th, 2019 at 5:21 p.m. Sasha Banks reportedly told World Wrestling Entertainment that she wants out of the company. Her fans might be sad about this, but it is also easy to see her side of the story. Becky Lynch had a much better night at WrestleMania 35 as she became Becky 2 belts, while Banks lost the women's tag team titles to the fucking bum-ass Iconics. Obviously, the man is keeping up with the news and realizes that Banks is separating herself from World Wrestling Entertainment in a pretty noticeable way. Lynch tweeted out the Sasha Banks saying, "Fight me." We can only imagine what kind of response this might invoke if this is a catalyst for Banks being interested into a title picture that might be incredibly interesting as well. Lacey Evans is currently the front runner to face Becky Lynch first, but you never know what can happen in WWE. After all, Vince McMahon handed the Revival the Raw Tag Team titles after they told them that they wanted to be released as well. Do not be surprised. I'm going to say this right now, and I'm going to make this bold prediction. Do not be surprised. Do not be surprised if instead of Lacey Evans gets a shot first, it's Sasha Banks. I can totally see this happening. Now, is it going to be a reality? Possibly. No pun intended. It's a possibility that happens. But if you're going to sit there and book a Sasha Banks versus Becky Lynch matchup for the Undisputed Women's Championship, you're not going to have this at a Money in the Bank or a Saudi Arabia show. I mean, they can't go to Saudi Arabia anyways. You might as well book this. I mean, if Sasha even stays that long, you can book it at SummerSlam. Or book it in Extreme Rules in July. It's possible. But you think Sasha Banks is going to wait till that long to get a championship match? No. She's not going to wait. She wants answers, people. And by the way, if you are a Sasha Banks hater, I swear to God, you have a problem. Sasha Banks is one of the best women in that women's division. You got Sasha, you got Bayley, you got Ronda, you got Becky, and you got Charlotte. It's only 5 women that are the best right now in WWE. 4 of them are the 4 horsewomen. Sasha, Bayley, Becky, and Charlotte. What else do you want me to say here? Yeah, sure. Sasha Banks' women's championship rings didn't last long. Didn't last long. Why? Because of fucking Charlotte and the political agenda that's going on with blonde women with big tits and a fat ass. Think I'm joking? Think I'm joking? Go back. Go back. How long did all of Sasha Banks' Raw Women's Championship reigns lasted? Not even 30 days. Not even 30 days. But then again, she held the Raw Women's Championship past 30 days, yet you want to give them to the fucking bum-ass Iconics at WrestleMania. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. Do I have any more Sasha Banks news before I go on with the podcast here? Because I want to get all of this Sasha Banks news out of the way really quickly before I have other news to report here on the podcast here. Okay. Sasha Banks. Okay, I found another one. Sasha Banks reportedly told World Wrestling Entertainment she won't be back next week. Now, Sasha Banks is a very interesting subject of conversation right now. It appears that she is having a lot of issues in World Wrestling Entertainment and tried to quit over WrestleMania weekend. Banks and Bayley were also reportedly making quite a show around WrestleMania weekend. Now, Brad Shepard is reporting that a source in the company told him that Banks informed the company that she wouldn't be back next week. This is what Brad Shepard said, and I quote, "According to a source in World Wrestling Entertainment, Sasha Banks told someone in the company she would not be coming in next week. And they were unable to convince her otherwise at the time of the conversation." So there you go. End quote. Next week is, tonight, obviously. Tonight is the Superstar Shakeup in Montreal. So to miss that show might not be the best thing at all. This could be another indication of how things are between Banks and WWE. Hopefully, they can work something out. In the meantime, it seems that Sasha Banks isn't happy in WWE, and that's not apparently to change. So there you go. Oh, I mean, what else can I say about Sasha Banks? She's one of the best women in all of World Wrestling Entertainment. She's good in the ring. She can cut a promo. She's just that bitch that I love. But I gotta say this now. If Sasha is gonna leave to go to AEW, can you blame her at this point? No. You can't blame her. Why? Because of the women political agenda that's going on with blonde hair, big tits, and a fat ass. I've been thinking about this myself, and I'm starting to really see it. If you got blonde hair, big tits, and a big butt, you're getting pushed in the main roster. You're getting pushed. You're getting fucking pushed. Vince has that type. We all have a type. Vince has that type. That blonde hair type. Come on. That's just stupid. And let me say this now, and I said this earlier on the podcast. If World Wrestling Entertainment loses Sasha Banks and Bayley and they go to AEW, do you realize how much of a blow that would be in the women's division on the main roster? That'll be the biggest blow. And on top of that, Ronda's not coming back anytime soon. She's getting surgery on her hand. From what I'm hearing, she's getting it tomorrow. And then on top of that, she's taking a fucking hiatus. Because she wants to start a family with her husband, which is completely fine. Who else other than Becky Lynch is going to carry that women's division? You can't expect Charlotte to. Becky is going to have some load to carry. Who else other than Becky Lynch in that main roster in the women's division is going to carry that division if Sasha and Bayley were to leave and go to AEW? Who else other than Becky? Who else? But that is it, guys, for the Sasha Banks story. That is it. Now, let's get on to the bigger and better things here on the podcast. Kurt Angle. There's news on Kurt Angle. Kurt Angle did not want to lose at WrestleMania. Kurt Angle's final match at WrestleMania 35, where he faced Baron Corbin, he ended up losing to him. Not only was his opponent a matter of controversy, but so was the fact that he lost. Now, you obviously have that kind of indication that Angle was winning all of his matches on his farewell tour before WrestleMania. It only made sense if he lost. In a recent Facebook post, Angle revealed a lot when he admitted that he didn't want to lose at WrestleMania. In fact, this seems to be a sticking point that could be bothering him. However, he spent enough years in the pro wrestling world that he should know that most people go out looking at the lights. This is what Kurt Angle said on his Facebook post. And I quote, "Honestly, my WrestleMania 35 match, I would have liked to go out with a win, but I understand why it didn't occur. Many people believe that I should have had a different opponent, maybe not. But my argument as to why it should have been Corbin is pretty strong. As a Hall of Famer and a legend in World Wrestling Entertainment, I came to my final match last Sunday. It was my retirement match. As a legend or Hall of Famer or whatever you want to call me, my job is to leave the WWE by doing the honors for a younger talent. I did that. I would have loved to have won, but I don't think I would have properly played my role if I did. You leave the company better than it before you came." End quote. And he continued in the Facebook post, and I quote, "I think I was able to do that by losing to Corbin and then getting laid out on Raw the next night to Lars. It may, it may have felt wrong, but it was the right thing to do. Agree to disagree." End quote. Baron Corbin will use his WrestleMania victory against Kurt Angle to draw a ton of heat as an accolade that he isn't likely to forget about anytime soon. It would have been nice to see Angle win at Mania, but you can never shut the door on one more match in pro wrestling, even after a highly promoted farewell tour. After all, Angle did show up the next night on Raw after WrestleMania to take a couple of bumps from Lars Sullivan upon his main roster debut. Good! Listen, Angle, in my honest opinion, he's one of the greatest of all time. No question, he's one of the greatest of all time. If I'm Angle, I gotta look at this in a perspective. How would I feel if I was in a 20-year career and I would have loved to go out on WrestleMania with a victory? Yeah, I gotta put over the talent that's gonna be in the company in the near future. Guys like Baron Corbin that he lost to at WrestleMania. And then he put over Lars Sullivan last Monday in Barclays Center on the Raw after WrestleMania on the biggest crowd of the year. That's a pretty big thing to do. So if I'm Kurt Angle, I respect what he did. Listen, I don't hate Angle. He's one of the greatest of all time, in my honest opinion. Kurt Angle's been part of my childhood. But the simple fact that, yeah, Kurt Angle's old. He can't wrestle the way he did 20 years ago anymore. It's time to put over talent. The younger talent that's going to be in the company in the near future. So I commend Kurt Angle for what he did. I really do commend Kurt Angle on what he did. Shinsuke Nakamura. Shinsuke Nakamura's reportedly decision regarding leaving WWE. Now, as you guys know, Nakamura, I love Nakamura. When he was in NXT, the one match, when it comes to Shinsuke Nakamura in NXT, I remember him against fucking Sami Zayn at NXT TakeOver Dallas, WrestleMania 32 weekend. It's one of the best matches I've ever seen at that TakeOver in Dallas. Shinsuke Nakamura hasn't been used in the best way according to many fans. He is currently in a tag team with Rusev. But some would rather see him do much more. We previously reported that Nakamura has checked out of his job in WWE. Give me a second, guys. I need to close this. Oh, there you go. Thank you. All right. We previously reported that Nakamura has checked out of his job in WWE. However, that doesn't mean he'll be leaving the company. Well, it doesn't mean he'll be leaving even with AEW around. When Dave Meltzer was recently asked about Nakamura's status following his contract expiration, he said that Shinsuke is staying. Perhaps if he signs a new contract with the company, they will have more confidence to push him once again. If anything, they could at least spotlight his partnership with Rusev a whole lot more. Shinsuke Nakamura relocated his entire family to Florida when they moved from Japan. Therefore, it is unlikely he would uproot them again. It is still interesting that he is sticking around despite all of Cody's gifts in his general direction. One thing about Nakamura that they should have done. Was the simple fact that they should have gave Nakamura the WWE Championship back in 2017. They really not only they dropped the ball on Nakamura. Not only they dropped the ball on Nakamura in 2017, they dropped the ball on him in 2018. Remember that rivalry with AJ Styles when he won the Royal Rumble and he chose AJ Styles the night he won the Rumble? Everybody was thinking, oh, this is going to be good. We got Nakamura and Styles. Remember their matches back at New Japan? Can we expect the same thing in WWE? No, not even close. Everybody was expecting Nakamura and Styles to be one of the best matches of WrestleMania 34 last year in New Orleans. That wasn't even the case. They watered down the matchup because the simple fact that Vince McMahon felt that Nakamura and Styles was going to steal Roman Reigns' thunder at that WrestleMania last year. That matchup was one of the worst matches of the entire night last year at WrestleMania. And then not only that, Nakamura turned heel at WrestleMania, needs to face, blah, blah, blah. Drove me away after WrestleMania. Just drove me away after WrestleMania last year. They missed the boat on Nakamura, low-key, in my honest opinion. They really dropped the boat on Shinsuke Nakamura. The Undertaker. There's news on The Undertaker. Undertaker signs a new WWE contract restricting his outside appearances. I wonder fucking why. I wonder why. The Undertaker, in my honest opinion, the greatest of all time, had a lot of fans in the UK waiting for him to arrive. Plenty of fans were paying top dollar to get a chance to ask the dead man a question, but it looks like those questions will remain unanswered for now because the Undertaker is no longer allowed to take part of that portion of the event. They've met to discuss the Undertaker's latest situation during Wrestling Observer Radio, where he said that Taker signed a new deal with World Wrestling Entertainment, which now prevents him from doing those Q&A appearances. So you're going to sign the Undertaker to barely use him? If you're going to have Taker sign a new deal, you got to have him at SummerSlam at least. You got to have him at SummerSlam. Now, many people were speculating, oh, Taker is going to be at StarCast weekend of Double or Nothing. People were speculating that Taker was going to make an appearance at Double or Nothing. Why would Taker make an appearance at Double or Nothing? Why? People are so stupid, I swear. This is what Dave Meltzer said, and I quote, whatever it was, Undertaker, he's got some new thing where he can't be, he's got to fulfill his commitments. But I don't think he's going to do new ones because that new deal he signed with World Wrestling Entertainment, because World Wrestling Entertainment doesn't want him doing it anymore. End quote. It was said that Taker created his Twitter page, got a booking agent to secure him appearances, and then World Wrestling Entertainment out of nowhere gave him a big new deal to come back. Everything has changed now that he is still wrestling for them, and they want to keep his mystique intact. His mystique ended. His mystique died at WrestleMania 30 in New Orleans. Just put it like that. Dave Meltzer continued, and I quote, the tea leaves. And that's what it sounds like. Sounds like it would be. But sometimes when you read the tea leaves, it's not exactly like that. Essentially, all evidence looks like that. End quote. It was said that it might have looked the Undertaker was pulling a Brock Lesnar move, but World Wrestling Entertainment went back regardless and decided that they didn't want Undertaker doing Q&A dates. So they arranged a great contract, quote unquote, with a clause saying he can't do more appearances outside of WWE. The Undertaker fought to keep doing the dates because World Wrestling Entertainment didn't want him doing them at all. So the compromise is that he is doing signings and photos, but no actual Q&As. You're going to stop Taker from making his money. Vince is fearing that Taker will show up at an AEW event. That's what I think it is. Now, I may be wrong on that, or I may be thinking the truth on that, but at this day and age, with AEW rolling around soon, Vince is going to end up locking up his entire talent to multi-year deals so they don't go to AEW. Crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Speaking of fucking crazy, WWE is teasing the Universal title feud for one Roman Reigns. If I made you spit out your drink, if I made you fucking spit out your food, and said, what the fuck, Chris? Why are you reporting this? I know. I feel your pain. It's part of the fucking news. Roman Reigns made his triumphant return after his leukemia was found to be in remission. His first singles title match back at WrestleMania, his first singles match back at WrestleMania 35, was a success in the respect that he won the match, but the crowd could have received it much better. Thank God I was not on that crowd at WrestleMania. Because I heard, and this is part of the news also, fans wanted their refund from MetLife Stadium because of what happened during WrestleMania. Because of the fact of the blindness during the AJ Styles Randy Orton matchup, and the fact that they were fucking stranded in New Jersey after the fact that it rained after WrestleMania went off the air. It rained. I remember it rained for the entire fucking night going into Monday morning. Crazy. So, do I regret selling my WrestleMania tickets? No, I don't. Now it seems that World Wrestling Entertainment is hinting at something very big for Reigns. We previously reported that Roman Reigns versus Baron Corbin seems to be the company's direction, but the big dog might have a detour into a Universal title match in the meantime. The company released a teaser for Raw this week, which included some verbiage that makes it seem like Roman Reigns could be targeting his friend Seth Rollins next. And this is what they said, and I quote, "Will Reigns look to challenge his Shield brother Seth Rollins for the Universal Championship, the very title he was forced to relinquish in October, or does he have another conquest in mind?" End quote. We will have to wait and see, but this is certainly an interesting development. It will be even more intriguing as time goes on, because you have to know that Reigns will eventually get a shot at the title he had to relinquish last year upon his medical release. I tweeted this on Twitter. Last week during Monday Night Raw before WrestleMania. Before the Monday Night Raw after WrestleMania. I tweeted before Raw happened last week. I said, tonight would have been the perfect night to turn Roman Reigns heel. Especially on the Raw after WrestleMania in Brooklyn in that ruckus crowd. Can you imagine Roman Reigns turning heel on Seth Rollins? I mean, think about it. Rollins turned heel. Look how his career went. Dean Ambrose turned heel. Blah. Blah. Reigns? Think about it. Roman Reigns turning heel on Seth Rollins, winning back the Universal Championship that he never lost. Yeah, but then again, you're going to give Seth Rollins a token title run and just give it back to Roman Reigns? I said this when Roman Reigns came back from leukemia. I said this. Reigns, now that he's back, he's in the bottom of the fucking barrel. He has to work his way up the ladder to get back at the Universal Championship. Beating Drew McIntyre? Yeah, sure, is a step towards the right direction. But you think after coming back after 4 months, beating Drew McIntyre at WrestleMania is going to automatically jump you to the Universal Championship? No. In my honest opinion, I wouldn't blame anybody if you boo Roman Reigns. I wouldn't be surprised. You guys can boo Roman Reigns as much as you want. Hell, I would boo Roman Reigns too. I would too. But Reigns going back at the Universal Championship? Not now. But like I said, if you wanted to turn Roman Reigns heel, could have been last week. Now it's too late. Now it's just too late. Especially on the Raw after WrestleMania. It's too late now. It's too fucking late. What else do I have? Do I have any more news here? Let me see what I have here. Looking. Okay, here we go. Paige confirms rumored new role on SmackDown Live. Now, Paige laid down a pretty big tease on SmackDown Live this past week. With the Superstar shakeup happening tonight, it looks like she will be appearing in a manager role. Now we just have to wait and see who she brings up. The first ever NXT Women's Champion had to retire far too soon, but she has remained the favorite in the WWE Universe. A lot of people have their own ideas about who Paige will bring into SmackDown Live, but she told the Iconics that they are unnoticed. It also appears that Paige is confirming that she will be managing whoever she's bringing to the Superstar shakeup. On a more exciting note, any guesses who the tag team is? I'll be bringing to the Superstar shakeup tonight. We will have to, this is what Paige tweeted. We will have to wait and see what happens in this situation. A lot of people are under the assumption that Kairi Sane and Io Shirai will get called up as Paige leads the Sky Pirates in the battle. One thing is for sure, Paige won't be managing Nia Jax unless she wants to wait for ACL injury to heal up. Now I ask, what does Paige have to do with Kairi Sane and Io Shirai? What? What does Paige have to do with the Sky Pirates? Paige has no relation whatsoever when it comes to Io and Kairi. No. Certainly for sure it's not going to be fucking Nia Jax and Tamina Snuka, which I will report right now about fucking Nia Jax. Nia Jax injured, says she'll be gone for a while. It seems that we can add another injury superstar to the list of the names that World Wrestling Entertainment racked up following WrestleMania, because AJ Styles, Big E, and Daniel Bryan are apparently being joined by Nia Jax. Although she didn't confirm that she is injured, the Irresistible Force tweeted out a picture of herself saying that she'll be gone for a while, while saying that the photo is leaving fans something to remember her by. Pro Wrestling She reports that Nia Jax tore her ACLs in both knees and will need to undergo surgery. No timetable for return was given at this point. We'll keep you updated if anything here on the Reality Podcast. So now, Nia Jax is hurt, Big E is hurt, AJ's hurt, and Daniel Bryan's hurt. Crazy, crazy stuff, man. I'm telling you, the injury bug is starting to bug out. So literally and figuratively here. Do I have any more news here? Okay. Why World Wrestling Entertainment next rumored WrestleMania main event finish? Now, WrestleMania 35 concluded with Becky Lynch, raising 2 titles over her head as Becky 2 belts. She was soon celebrating with her boyfriend, Seth Rollins. This is news to me. Wow. But there was actually another ending to WrestleMania that was highly expected and reportedly planned. I'm only an hour and a minute in here. The Wrestling Observer newsletter noted that the planned idea of Charlotte Flair being upset over Becky Lynch's win did not transpire onto the show of shows. This drama was nixed because they had already taken up 7 hours and 15 minutes for the WrestleMania event and was timed to wrap things up instead of putting on another angle. The idea that the show would end with Lynch and Flair having an issue since Flair lost her title to Lynch without being pinned didn't transpire. Lynch won, and they ended the show and got out of there because it was so late. We will have to wait and see if Charlotte Flair will confront the man eventually about the WrestleMania main event. Instead of getting salty, Flair took off with Andrade, whereas it appears that they have gotten engaged to be married. Andrade, you are a very lucky man, my friend. Flair was not pinned to lose her title. I mean, that's the point of the fucking triple threat. But Lynch is still the champ. Therefore, Charlotte always has the possibility of coming back for more when Lacey Evans' program with Becky Lynch is up. And that's the point of a triple threat. If you're the champion and you don't get pinned, you still lose the title. Why? Because in a triple threat, the first man, or women in this case, gets a pinfall or submission, wins the championship. Charlotte knew the ramifications coming into this match. She didn't need to get pinned to lose the championship. So then I asked the question, if Charlotte is gonna be salty over the fact that she lost the SmackDown Women's Championship without getting touched, why would you take the championship off of Asuka and give it to Charlotte? For Charlotte to enter the match as SmackDown Women's Champion, knowing that she wasn't gonna get touched and still lose the championship. Hello? Come on, people. Seriously. Serious. Alright, let me see if I have any more news here that I can report. Okay, I'm going to just report this one more thing. Actually, yeah, I'm going to just report this one more thing. Charlotte Flair and Andrade, synonymous, may be married to be engaged. No, to be... I'm fucked up here. Charlotte Flair and Andrade may be engaged to be married. How cute. This is fucking news to me, too. Just how fucking Becky and Seth Rollins are together, which I didn't fucking know. Charlotte Flair and Andrade may be engaged to be married. Charlotte Flair, I'm gonna end the podcast with this news here. Charlotte Flair and Andrade kind of broke the internet when their relationship went public. They were very close around Royal Rumble weekend, and not hiding their relationship. Now it looks like they might have taken things to the next level. There was no ring on Charlotte's finger at the Hall of Fame, but that seemed to change after WrestleMania. Following WrestleMania weekend, the two posted a little video together where Andrade said in Spanish that translates to vacation with my best company. They looked super close and mighty happy. Shortly afterward, they posted another picture together while on this vacation, and the ring finger on Charlotte's left hand has a new addition to it. This ring isn't too flashy, but it looks expensive. If this is an engagement ring, then congratulations to the happy couple. If it is a promise ring, then that's just cute too. Either way, Charlotte seems to be rocking some new jewelry, some new bling bling. Yeah, I don't know what the fuck I said bling bling for in fucking 2019. As it looked like she was trying to show it off in a sly fashion while saying I love the water. Charlotte Flair has been married twice before to Bram from 2013 to 2015 and Ricky Paul Johnson from 2010 to 2013. Johnson is currently suing Flair and World Wrestling Entertainment over things she wrote about him in her autobiography. Anyway, congratulations to Charlotte and Andrade, no matter what that ring is all about. I'm happy for Andrade, man. Now that Charlotte now is engaged to Andrade Cien Almas, now you can start pushing Andrade now. You can start pushing him to the United States Championship, to the Money in the Bank briefcase. Or why the fuck not? You can push Andrade Cien Almas to the WWE Championship. Do it. Do it. That is enough, guys. That is all the news that I have on this episode 16 of the podcast right here on YouTube. If you guys enjoyed episode 16 of the reality podcast, smash that like button. Comment down below what you guys thought of the podcast. If you guys are new to the channel, looking for Raw review, SmackDown review, NXT review, Throwback Thursday, Top 10 Friday, a wrestling podcast and gaming content here on YouTube, hit that subscribe button down below. Ring those bells, guys, for all notifications, man. Check out my career. Episode 4, from betrayal to championship glory. Episode 4 of WWE 2K19, my career. Link to that video will be above in the upper right hand corner of the screen annotation. Check out Throwback Thursday, Money in the Bank 2011 pay-per-view, Throwback Thursday review and results video, where CM Punk won the WWE Championship on his very last night on the company. Link to that video will be in the annotation above in the upper right hand corner of your screen. Check out SmackDown review from this past week and Monday Night Raw. Link to both SmackDown and Raw will be in the annotation on the upper right hand corner of your screen. This is the official home of the reality podcast right here on YouTube. So make sure you guys have followed me on social media. Twitter, Chris from Loring, and my other backup account, your boy Chris99. Instagram, your boy Chris_WB, and Snapchat, Chris Most Hated. And if you guys are new to the channel, hit that subscribe button down below. Ring those bells, guys, for all notifications. I will see you guys later on tonight for Monday Night Raw review. What happens in the Superstar Shakeup? Who goes to SmackDown? Who goes to Raw? We'll find out within the next 2 days. So until then, I will see you guys later on tonight for Monday Night Raw review, where we reviewed this whole show. I expect this show to sink. Even though it's the fucking Superstar Shakeup, I expect this show to be fucking terrible. Until then, I will see you guys later on tonight for Monday Night Raw review. Until then, I'll talk to you guys later.